Hello everyone, you are welcome to Anchor Network where you get reliable and authentic news that are so crucial to you. I say big thank you to everyone who has been part of this channel and who has taken time to subscribe. And if you are yet to subscribe, I say please click the red subscribe button and also the bell icon. The bell icon will allow you to get notified anytime we publish any news. And also, I would like you to look at the screen. There's a website address there that I would like you to visit and you'll be glad you did that. Thank you very much. This is Paul's opinion. Clearly, Buhari doesn't know what he's doing anymore. Nigeria is burning and crumbling on Buhari's watch, and the man is making his re-election look like a mistake. Nearly 2 months after he was inaugurated for his second term in office, President Muhammadu Buhari has not deemed it fit to assemble the cabinet that will help him achieve his objectives. The economy continues to leave holes in people's pockets. Poverty and unemployment numbers are rising and killers are waylaying travelers on our roads and gunning them down from point-blank range. It's a tough time to be a Nigerian. It is always a tough time to be a Nigerian. But the near absence of governance is visible everywhere you turn these days. The lethargy and inertia from Abuja rankles and rise even strong. Walk on the streets of Lagos, you will overhear folks lamenting how Buhari is hell-bent on starving them to death with his do-or-nothing strategy or zero economic policies. The exchange rate remains unforgiving and inflation remains at double digits. In the marketplaces, prices of commodities and groceries continue to skyrocket, and it remains difficult trying to start a business in Nigeria. The police still kills and extorts innocents for fun. The power sector continues to transmit darkness to homes and businesses. And everyone you turn in Nigeria, and everywhere you turn in Nigeria, the absence of leadership shares the face. Meanwhile, young people are fleeing their countries to Europe, Canada, and the United States in droves through the most dangerous route possible as they try to escape the suffering at home. Buhari loves to crack jokes about how he is often called Baba Go Slow by Nigerians, but no one is laughing anymore. To know how bad things are for everyone, notice the number of family members, friends, and colleagues who reach out to you for one form of financial aid or the other every other day. The country is on standstill as it were, but the president and the presidency would rather regard every critic who voices their opinions as the enemy of the state and take on Chief Obasanjo over a letter. You would have thought that a president who pretends to understand the urgency of the moment, who promised to hit the ground running in his second coming, would have settled for his ministerial nominees immediately after he was declared winner of the presidential votes in March. But Buhari recently told us that he is still taking his time because he didn't know most of those he appointed ministers in 2015 and wouldn't want to repeat that mistake. More intriguing is that even after he made the mistake of appointing the wrong persons to fill in cabinet positions, he stuck with them for the duration of his 4-year term and refused to rejig a cabinet that was clearly failing on the job. I'm under tremendous pressure to appoint ministers, Buhari said when the leadership of the National Assembly and his party chieftains had dinner with him last week. But the last cabinet which I headed, most of them, the majority of them, I didn't know. I didn't know them. I had to accept the names and recommendations from the party and other individuals. I work with them for 3.5 years at least, meeting twice or 2 weeks in a month, so I know them now. But this time around, I'm going to be quite me in the sense that I will pick people I personally know, he vowed. The frightening thing about the Buhari presidency is that there is no sense of urgency whatsoever, no discernible plan to render some home to long-suffering Nigerians, and no desperation from the presidency to fix things. A president who hasn't assembled a team a month after he was elected and sworn in was never prepared for the job at all. Nigeria is crumbling and burning on Buhari's watch, and it's unsettling that no one in the power corridors is feeling or sensing the impending doom. This is food for thought. And the same mistake that happened, immediately 2015, 2016, everybody began to see the kind of person this man is. And up until when their first tenure ended, they were like, oh, the man takes his time, you don't rush him and all of that. At the end of the day, it took him 6 months to appoint his ministers. And at the end of the day, we found out that those ministers were not really, most of them, 98% of them were not really capable of what they were doing. People talked, people said a lot of things. This man never listened. Of course, one of the ministers, the former minister, said, Buhari doesn't read, he doesn't listen to anybody, and it's evident, though he came out to deny it or debunk it, and he never said it, but there was a leaked audio that came out then, but he said he never said anything. But that is what is happening. No matter how he tries to, or he tried to paint the whole thing or to change the narratives, everybody knows quite all right that that is the kind of man he is. Even when the incident of Benue happened, it took him 3 months after much talk. I think maybe his cabinet or the people close to him asked him to go. Even on getting there, he even made some blunders, saying that he appointed or he asked the IG to go there, and he never knew that the IG didn't go after 3 months. Not until when he got to Benue State, he now knew that the man he sent there didn't even, was not there. So that is just one of the things that the pause is talking about. He doesn't even know what is happening, and a lot of people from every corner, from other quarters, saying that this is not the man we voted for. There's something happening, but people cannot be able to attest to it. But some people believe strongly that this is not the man. Something had happened along the line, but people were still pushing through. And you could see a lot of people after when 2019 election was coming up. This was the man that he never attended, he never approved to be interviewed, media chat for the this thing. It was just only once or twice. Everybody talked. They never wanted him even to speak to the public, to address the media. So all of a sudden, when the election was coming, you could see that this man had that strength. He was moving from pillar to post, going around the 36 states of the country, even boasting that he could even go around. And this was the same man that things were happening. It took him so long to even respond to some of the things that he felt he could even respond to, or he could even attend to, just like the case of the Benue thing I was talking about. But when the election time came up, you could find that strength. He was moving from pillar to post. Even in most of the rally, you could see some of the blunders that really happened. They tried to cover him up. But the worst part of it, even when he was being interviewed, on NTA, everybody could see that this man is the man that could really get the ticket, not to talk of being voted for. It was even the vice president that was just trying to cover him up. We could see the lapses, and you will be wondering, people that are more educated around him, they will still be supporting him, just like the vice president, that kind of person. Apart from the health issue that people were talking about, that even Fayoshe was talking about, then. But when you talk of the mental state and stableness, you could see that this man doesn't even know what is happening. Most of the time, he reads most of the things he's being given, and he can't even talk more within 1 minute or some seconds. He's already has after finishing what is being written for him. During that interview on NTA that that he was being interviewed, you could see that most of the questions he was answering, they were just out of points. He couldn't even understand the meaning of some things. A whole president, not to talk of when you talk about his age, when you talk about his health, that age is not even the issue. We have a lot of people that ruling other countries that are even older than him, but academically, when it comes to having it upstairs, they are so sound. So it is not really a matter of a age or whatever. But if you are deficient in some things, it's not a matter of you have to be there. But a lot of people, bad eggs, really pushing him because of what they want to get. We know a lot of them, they are pushing him. Ordinarily, people were like asking that, if really you have a company, would you have employed this kind of man to be your manager in the first place? None of them can even employ this man. That was what people were saying. They say, they are enemy of the government because people love corruption. This man wants to fight corruption. The corruption up to today, we can't even see any headway concerning that. They like, oh, people love corruption. They want, corruption that was going on in the PDP to come back, or other people that were supposed to have been voted for, they said they don't have experience, they just started, all of this, all manner of excuses and all of that. He has done a lot of things. That was why you could see them during that time they were, distributing money in the name of trader money, in the name of all those social intervention, and at the end of the day, nothing happened. That was what people were really talking about, that is, the next level, the next level. Now we are in the next level. People thinking that, okay, after the mistake of, taking him time to have appointed, his minister for 6 months, but this time around it's not going to be so. Like what he's saying now, that he will only work with the people that he knows, even if they appointed people, or even if they introduce some people or recommend some people that really know what they know what it is to be a minister, he wouldn't even want to work with them. He has said it. He has vowed that he's going to work with people that he knows in that. And so even then, people were talking about the service chiefs, talking about the appointment. It was just not on federal character and all of that. And he has said it is going to repeat what people have been saying. So we don't even blame them. So we blame people that really still believe in him. And the worst part of it is that everybody, whether you voted for him or you didn't vote for him, whatever that is before Nigeria, whatever that is facing everybody's going to bear it. All of us will still bear it. And that is the unfortunate thing that we have on our hands now. So guys, that is my own opinion concerning the opinion of Pulse as well. I would like to hear from you what they have said, if really is corresponding with what you are experiencing, on a daily basis. We would like you guys to put your comments down in the comment section. Thank you very much. Bye.